And welcome back to another edition of Deck Builders. I'm your host Brian. It is January 18th, 2008, Friday. It is the day before the 2008 pre-release of Morningtide, and I have a special guest with me, Kyle Sullivan, who will be discussing some of the key ideas that we could explore in Morningtide, maybe some of the things that can change the way that could be played tomorrow. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and introduce Kyle. How you doing, Kyle?
Very well, Brian, thank you.
Now, Kyle is a local Friday Night Magic player, is that correct?
It is correct.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. What's your deck of choice right now?
Well, I've been playing Dragonstorm, the red deck from Worlds, Brian.
How's it been doing for you? Quite well?
It's been doing alright. Kind of inconsistent, but all around a pretty solid choice.
Now, when we look at Morningtide, there's some good chase rares that people have been talking about, one of which is Mutavault. Do you agree that this is going to be the next tarmagoyf of Morningtide?
I don't think it will quite get tarmagoyf status, but it is certainly one of the more pricey rares from this set currently. Exactly.
When you look at the price, Murmuring Bosk has also been very expensive, and kind of a surprise, in my opinion, is Mind Shatter. Really? Some people don't think it's going to be very well played in constructed play, but it is up there at $26 a card.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's in some places. eBay you can find some for about $30 for a playset, but you know that's still very expensive for such an early.
Yeah, that seems very high.
Exactly. So we're looking at some of the cards that we're going to be reviewing. We have Unstoppable Ash, which I think could be a very strong card with the Doran build. Some people don't agree. You know, what would you do if you saw a Doran?
No, explain that card to me, Brian, please.
Unstoppable Ash is a 5/5 tree folk that has champion ability, and whenever it gets blocked, it gives a +5 bonus to its defense instead of its attack.
Yeah, which has a great synergy with Doran.
Exactly, because then it could be a 10/10 attacking creature. And it has trample actually, which even makes it even better. That's just icing on the cake. Some people might not want to block that card though, so maybe something like Hunt Down, force a block, something like that. So we're going to go and take a look. There's some new elements they've added to the Morningtide. Prowl, Kingship, and Reinforce. What do you think of these?
Well, Reinforce, I think the abilities might be too small to matter out of Limited. They might
now, Reinforce, that's the one where you discard a card or you pay a card. What is Reinforce?
You pay some cost and then discard that card from your hand, and you get to put however many +1/+1 counters on target creature.
Kind of like a cycling.
Sort of, yes.
And what about Prowl? I've heard Prowl is going to be very strong with fairies and rogues.
Oh, Prowl. It's an ability where if you deal combat damage with a creature of a certain type, that turn, you get to play the card for its Prowl cost, which is usually cheaper.
Now, one card we were looking at is Thieves' Fortune.
This is a very exciting card, Brian. This is Impulse, and if you don't know what Impulse is, it's you look at the top 4 cards of your library, choose one, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library.
That's very amazing. We'll be right back after these messages.
Morningtide pre-release tomorrow. Be there.
And welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We just left off with Kyle Sullivan, our special guest, where we're talking about the Morningtide pre-release. We're trying to bring you all the up-to-date information with all the cards that are coming out. We'd like to start off with Chameleon Colossus, which is a 4/4 for 4 creature with the ability to pay 4, 2 force and 2 colorless, to give Chameleon Colossus +X/+X. Kyle, do you think this is a strong card, or do you think it's overvalued, undervalued? Do you think it'll see constructed play?
I think this card is not very strong just by itself, outside of Limited.
Okay, what about with an artifact equipped to it, like the equipment Warhammer? Do you think that would make it even a stronger card?
Yes, if you got the Warhammer down, that makes it quite good, but you need the Warhammer down to make it good.
So you feel that this card by itself isn't strong enough for constructed play?
No.
And there's been a lot of talk about Morningtide being top-heavy with rares. One rare that I've been very disappointed with is the Kithkin Land.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that what I'm talking about? The rustic Klatchen?
Yes.
It comes into play tapped unless you reveal a Kithkin, plus the ability to reinforce where you discard it if you pay 2. and the reinforcement is a 1, so it just gives a +1/+1 counter to a target creature.
Yes.
Very weak. I don't want to see that card early. I don't want to see that card late. I mean, a Kithkin heavy deck, there's no reason not to run it.
Yeah.
But that you're devoting an entire card just to running Kithkin, which I guess is kind of the point to a Kithkin land.
Yes, but still, the ability seems pretty weak.
Yeah,
Very
for a
small.
rare, I think this would be more of an uncommon type
Yes,
card.
I think it would fit much better at uncommon.
I think the reason Wizards decided not to go with an uncommon is because all the other rare lands, giant lands, elemental land, have all been rare. Kithkin kind of got the short end of the stick on this one. They have to give it a rare.
Yeah.
Your rating on this, 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I would give it a 2.
A 2. Quite a bad rating. Just want to let you guys know before we leave off, we will have a full coverage of tomorrow's pre-release. That is going to be here on the show. You can take a look to the left of the sidebar. We're going to have a whole list of items there with Magic the Gathering. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day.